let's jump into this glam. That was a cute little tagline, right? So today I decided to do a full glam look, eyeshadow and all, and I think it came out perfect. Gorgeous, delicious. So it came out so cute, and if you guys want to see how I achieve this look, just keep on watching. Something about this primer that I learned the hard way. A little bit does go a long way. You don't need to use a whole bunch of this primer. At least from my experience, I've learned that my makeup will turn out patchy if I do slap a whole lot of the primer on. And additionally, if I don't let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, my makeup, it just doesn't give. So if you've tried this primer and you don't like it, or you don't think it works for you, you're doing one or two things wrong. A, you put too much of it on, or B, you didn't let it sit for a while. I'm telling you, you gotta let it sit for a while. But I feel like I've done a whole bunch of talking, and I'm just gonna let this sit for about maybe 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go in with the rest of my steps. So I let my primer sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and now I'm going in with my next step. And this is eyeshadow based primer from P. Louise, but I use it for my smile lines. Okay, so once I get everything kind of blended out, I go in with a beauty sponge, a dry one, and I just go over it before I set it with powder. Because the thing is, this part should be well blended, so when you put on foundation, you don't see it through your foundation. And to be honest, Lord knows how long I had this P. Louise eyeshadow base for. It's probably expired, but my rule of thumb is it's not expired until I'm finished using it. I promise you this step is needed if you struggle with smile lines or makeup separating around your smile lines. It will help tremendously last throughout the whole day. I think I want to roll up my sleeves a little bit because it's about to go down. All right, next, foundation. And this is the shade I used to wear. This is the shade I wear now. So this is my new shade. Although it does have like this little orange tint to it, it matches a lot more. Now I'm going in with my beauty sponge and just tapping it just a little bit, making sure everything is well blended. I cannot lie. This is the first time actually doing my makeup on camera with this shade with all my lights. And I'm like, okay, period. Because the shade will just make me look so much darker. And ain't nothing wrong with being darker. It's just, there was times I would be doing my makeup with my friends and stuff like that. Or they'll be on FaceTime while I'm doing my makeup and they'd be like, Precious, you don't think that's a little dark? Sorry, I have foundation blindness. Now I'm contouring my face. I do want to try liquid contour. I think I would like it better than the cream, to be honest. I feel like I'm converting to just being a liquid girly because I don't know, I just like it better and it blends out so much faster. Almost forgot to contour my nose. Blended everything out, created a shadow under my chin so I could look more, you know. For my cheeks, I just blend upward, really just keeping it in one place. I never drag it down because I don't want my face to drag. I want it to look very lifted. But you guys, I'm so into full faces now. I know for a while I wasn't into eyeshadow, but I low-key blame that on social media. I'm so into eyeshadow now, so that's why I wanted to do this full face of makeup look. I feel like we should really bring back birthday makeup, especially with the techniques that we know now. It will look a lot more blended, cute, all that. I will start the notion to bring back birthday makeup because I feel like for your birthday, your face should be beat, fractured down. I remember growing up, I used to wear birthday makeup on a regular day just to go to the mall on Tuesday. So now I'm going in with some blush. I'm going in with my Juvia's Place Pink Lady blush. I put the blush on the high points of my cheek. So around this area is where I keep my blush. Sometimes I drag it over my eyelids so it can blend in with my eyeshadow, but this is for the most part where I keep my blush at. And it's just like, how can you not love this? Look at it. Blush just makes me so happy. Here's my concealer. Man down, man down. I'm just gonna blend it out on the other side. You guys, that was so crazy. So my concealer fell off my table and then it rolled that way, but it ended up rolling back to me. And that's the first time that's ever happened. Should I start praying? In the name of Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. I haven't worn makeup in such a long time. And this is the longest I've been without wearing makeup in over a month. And that's only because I got a chemical peel. And you know, when you have a chemical peel, you can't put on makeup. At least I don't think you can. That'd be nasty if you put on makeup during the chemical peel though. Sorry, outside thoughts. Usually downtime is it's about 2 weeks. I feel like my downtime was like a month. And I'm still kind of peeling in some areas, like not on my face, but on my neck and on my chest because I put it on my neck and chest too. But too damn long. What I will say is that I did like the results from it because I could tell that my skin looks a lot smoother and it's not as textured, but I don't think I would do another chemical peel anytime soon. This chemical peels to me is looking like I'm doing it once every other year. Now going in with a damped beauty sponge, I am going to just blend everything out. I think I'm going to blend out my under eyes last because I just wanted to sit for a little bit longer. Maybe I'll let my concealer sit for just a little bit too long. But now I'm about to go in with a lighter concealer, and this is from Best Skin Ever line from the Sephora collection. Who doesn't love a bright under eye? I know a lot of people be hated on the UK girlies for having bright under eyes, but I can't even lie, they be eating that shit up. I love a cute bright under eye that's blended out correctly. I try not to go too bright, but you know, I like a little razzle dazzle. Oh, you guys, while I let this sit, let me show you guys my phone case. I feel like this is so me. I was just like, who's that girl? Na 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 na. It's so me. I got it from the TikTok shop. I let my under eye sit for a little bit and now I'm blending it out. And I usually just keep it in this little corner right here. I give my all to have just one more chance with you. I give my all. Yeah, I don't know why that song is stuck in my head. Oh wow, this is like well blended. Go ahead, P. Because I put on the concealer, my blush, my beautiful blush, start to, you know, exit stage left. And we have to bring her back. Usually I have blush left over on my brush, but I don't understand why I don't today, but I just go in with the tiniest bit. I said tiny, but a lot came out. This might be an unpopular opinion. I do not like Huda Beauty's new packaging top. But here's why I hate it. If you want to carry some powder to go, they have like a removable lid. And don't get me wrong, I think that is smart and innovative. However, I usually put my powder on top of my lid. And there's a certain technique I use to set my under eye. And it's harder for me to use that technique because this shit is in the way. And that's why I hate the lid. I showed it in many of my YouTube videos before, but I'm about to show you guys the technique. So I go in, I shake the powder evenly on the lid. You can't do it on this lid. So I go in, I put the powder on the lid. I go with my beauty sponge before I set anything on my face. I like to go in and blend out any creases. And then I go in with my powder. And this is how I put my beauty sponge in my powder. You see how this is a flawless application? I can't do it with this. I can't achieve this with this lid. So that's what I mean about why I like the old lids better. Don't get me wrong, like I said, this is innovative. Like, yeah, you can carry powder on the go, but no tea, no shade. If you beat your face like me, you wouldn't have to carry powder on the go. Boom! I'm doing a lot of talking and not enough setting. So even application on my beauty sponge, and I just tap it in. I'm just going to use this to set every place I concealed my face before, which is my forehead, my nose, my upper lip, and then my chin. Okay, so now I like to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder in the shade medium 2, and I just like to place it under my eye just for a brighter effect. You know, I don't shy away from brightness. Shine bright like a diamond. I just go in with a triangle sponge. But you know what triangle sponge I do want to try? I want to try for the Sephora collection. A lot of beauty influencers use Sephora triangle sponge, and I wonder if there's a difference or they're just doing it for style, you know? So I'm just going to put it under my eye. Just like I brightened my under eye before with the lighter concealer, I'm just going to put it in this area. But I'm also going to make sure it's well blended as well. It's not just going to look like it doesn't belong. There is a slight difference. This eye is a lot more brighter. So I take some, put it on my sponge. I usually only just use the triangle part right here, the one that's closer to the edge. I tap some off on my skin and then I pat it in. But I'm not too heavy-handed when I tap it in because I don't want to separate the makeup that's underneath. So it should look something like this. And then I just go in with a clean brush, go into some of my Huda Beauty powder. Then I tap it off and then I just make sure everything is blended out, blended together. And I just do the same all over the places I concealed. So I'm just making sure there's no harsh lines when I go and set the rest of my face. And this is just my face powder from L'Oreal True Match. Everywhere I did not conceal, feel like that's good. Go in with my Mocha Mommy by Fenty Beauty. I'm just gonna put this in every place I contoured earlier. My chin, my jawline, my forehead, my cheeks. And I just carry some of the bronzer on my eyelid. And I use this as a transition shade for my eyeshadow. Before I move on to the next step, I like to go in with some of my powder. And I like to go over my whole face again and just blend everything out. And I just go in using tapping motions. It's time for eyeshadow, baby. This is from Beauty Bay, and then this is their Smoky 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 palette. Look at how gorgeous these shades are. I do love a good cool tone palette. I feel like that's my vibe now. We gonna create a cute little quick little eyeshadow look. I don't really know what eyeshadow look I'm going to create today. I kind of just like freestyled this video. I was like, F it, I'm going to record today. So I'm going in with graffiti first, tap some off, and then I'm just going to stamp it a little bit just so it could be like a pigment payoff. This is going to be a quick eyeshadow look. But I'm so happy that I'm so into eyeshadow again. No eyeshadow had a chokehold on me. Imagine just waking up in 2016, put it on a full face of makeup. I mean, not even like this, like a full face of unblended makeup just to go to the mall. What a time to be alive. And I know a lot of the talk on social media is that 2026 is the new 2016. But I'm here to say there will never be another 2016 again. Initially, I was like, what is the hype about 2016? Even though I lived in 2016, it wasn't until I started reflecting and realizing some of my best memories were in 2016. I feel like we can make 2026 the best years of our life. But it doesn't have to be 2016 coded. It could just be 2026 and we have our own thing going on. But this is such a gorgeous shade already. So I'm using my bronzer brush just to diffuse the gray just a little bit because I feel like I put too much on and was going too far out, and I usually don't like when my eyeshadow starts to go too far out to my eyebrows. I like to keep it within this region because I already have big eyelids. What shade do I want to go into next? Maybe like a light gray. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. So I'm going in with Clouds and Dove. So my camera battery died, but we are so back. As you can see, I finished up my eyeshadow, fixed up my brows, put some eyeliner on, some mascara. Now, what I'm doing next is put on some bottom mascara. This mascara is from Maybelline, and it's actually in a dark brown versus my usual black because I think I want to still keep my lower lash line looking more soft. Before I put on some lashes, I just want to put blush on. Let me show you guys my blush palette, and I will not stop using this until everything is out of this blush palette. I like to blend it in with my eyeshadow a little bit. Before I blend out my blush, I'm going to go in with a lighter blush. This is the blush palette. This is the blush in the middle. And this is from One Size Beauty. And it's in the shade Yes Sir. Just go take another brush. I'm lightly dusting the pink blush on the brush. And then I'm just going to go around the edges of the darker pink just to like really blend it out. I know y'all see the vision. And then going in with the brush I've been using to blend everything out. I'm just gonna go over the blush just so everything can be well blended. I have a couple of different setting sprays to use to set my face, but I think I'm just gonna go in with one today because honestly, I'm about to take this makeup right off as soon as I cut these cameras. So I'm just gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury. I probably shouldn't because there's like this much left. That is so refreshing. I haven't done that in 6 weeks. Oh, that is so refreshing. So I have to put some lashes on. You guys, I have so many pairs of lashes in front of me. I probably have like 6 different pairs of lashes in front of me. As I wait for my lashes to sit, I am going to be doing my lips. And we are almost to the finish line, you guys. But if you made it this far and you really enjoyed my video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate it. I definitely have more videos coming out. So now let's get into the juiciness of it all. The lips. This is the shade combo for today. So the brown liner is from NYX in the shade Rebel Kind, and then my Sephora collection lip gloss in the shade O2, and then we have 2 more NYX products, one in Fortune Cookie and the other one in Marshmallow. I'm just gonna go back in with my lip liner. Ooh, you guys, I was really trying not to sneeze because my ponytail is so damn tight on my head. I don't know, I sneeze, I might rip my edges out. Oh my gosh. And then I'm just gonna do the lip trick so I don't get lip gloss on my teeth. Perfect. So this is the final look. I love how this look turned out, and if you loved how this look turned out as well, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos. With everything being said, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in my next video.